Yo, what's up guys? REAPOFF here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at my new programming series, which revolves around getting you guys more familiar in your current C++ class. So this series is targeted at reinforcing your ongoing understanding with C++ from your current academics. Hopefully I can show you a few tricks here and there and help you understand C++ concepts a little bit better. I'm going to assume that you know a little bit about C++. So one issue many students might have that I've worked with is that when they create projects, they get these weird errors, like these errors that go on and on and on. And from what I understand, it's like pre-compiled header errors. And what that means is when they're creating their project, they're actually choosing to pre-compile with headers, and we're going to create an empty project. I went ahead and gave my project a name, and I have a specific directory where I want it to save. This could be your desktop or anywhere. I suggest creating a directory. Okay, our project is created. As you can see, we have 3 folders: headers, resources, and source, and they're all empty, and external dependencies doesn't have anything. And we have references here. Nothing is referenced. So it's really important that we create a project this way, is because it's literally empty. There's nothing for, collisions to happen, or you not specifying something. Like, there's less room for error. All the errors you will get is because you've made a mistake now, typically, right? So let's right click source files. We're going to do add. We're going to do new item, and we're going to make sure it's a C++ file, so it's .cpp, and we're going to call this one driver, and I'll explain why later we call it that. And now I'm going to insert some code. Alright, so here's some code, guys. I'm going to explain every line. Beginning with 1 and 2, these are our include statements. We're including the class string, and we're also including something called IOStream, which is in-out stream. Before we even begin, we're going to go ahead and do build solution. What that's going to do is tell us if our program compiles. So 1 succeeded, 0 failed, all good. We're all good. This is ready to run. Now what we want to do in this main is we're going to call this new function we've created. And we're going to go ahead and build it one more time, see if we made any errors, and then debug. And hello world, press any key to continue. The program is good because our main function isn't cluttered. It's not filled with a lot of code. All the main function is filled with is function calls, which is what we want. We want it to be clean. Why it's bad is we have a lot of ambiguous calls to functions that we assume aren't going to collide with each other. For example, alright, now I have a function called cout. We have a prototype for it, and here it is, cout. Now you guys know that cout is a function in C++ that enables you to print stuff to the screen. Here's the issue. We're doing this using namespace std. This is bad. The reason it's bad is because we are making calls to functions that we don't know will collide with others. We're going to talk about this more in our next video about namespaces. But to keep it short here, unless we qualify this call with a namespace and then our scope resolution operator, the compiler doesn't know which function we're calling. Are we calling the function in std, or are we calling it here? Which function are we calling? So the way to fix this error simply is doing std scope resolution operator and then cout. This will fix the error. As you can see, it just took a while to update. Or what we can do is, also we can remove this because we've also qualified it here. And what we have to also do is qualify this endline, because endline is also a function in the standard library. So this using statement, guys, using namespace std, I don't want you guys using this. This is just going to cause headaches and problems in the long run. We want to use namespaces, which we'll talk about next video, but we essentially everything in the standard library, you can tell if something is in the standard library when you use it, and then you hover over it and it says std : its type of outstream, which is from here, in outstream. Its type of it, the type is outstream, and here's the name. So namespace, return type, namespace, function name. So as you can see, system is type int. So we don't need scope resolution operator for ints. And endline, as you can see, it's std outstream, by reference, some other garbage. But all you need to read is the first line and see if its return type is from a different library, which is std. Anyways, guys, the best way to go about this program is to keep developing it and commenting it. So I prettied up the solution here. We have our two prototypes. We have our print hello function that tells us what it does when we hover over it. Anywhere we hover over it, it'll tell us, because we use this comment block, which is really useful. As you can see, me hovering over this, it tells me what it does. And this is obviously our dummy function to demonstrate that we can create naming collisions if we don't use our scope resolution operator. As you can see, now look at this. This is interesting. It just figured out, it decided to use the cout function, because now we no longer have this using namespace std. It has no idea that we even want to use that. So now it's like return type using this operator. It's like void return type using this operator. Oh, huge problem. So we gotta use scope resolution operator, and we're gonna right click. We're gonna build this solution, and we are 0 errors. Thank you so much for watching.